And how are you?
I am good, thank you. So you're so excited to listen to your presentation. So before you start your presentation, Shruti will play the beautiful introduction video of yours. So later you can start your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, can you see me? Okay, there we go.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I couldn't see me at first.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Am I waiting on you? Did you say? I can't hear you.
Antoinette is a multi-faceted media professional, business consultant, life coach, and international author with 15 plus years working in media, sales, with clients of various industries and mentor and led to the best in business. This is slogan has used for experience with communications and relationships to build businesses organically and strategically while providing practical solutions to the daily people's and next level. CEO of the AIM agency, a creative company focused on brand development, publications, email, and tool management, media production, and so much more. Ask Miss Logan any to she is your invitation to highlight destination elevation. So yes, you can go ahead with your presentation. Thank you.
I can't really hear you that good. It's in and out for me.
Okay,
What
issues are in
what'd you say?
ఈ వాయిస్ నీకు వినిపిస్తుందా? వీడియో ఆన్ చేయమంటుంది. ఎక్కువ వస్తుందంట.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. I am Antoinette Logan, as they have told you, and I'm excited to share with you how you can go global using PPP strategies. We'll skip right over to what is PPP? Podcasting for brand awareness, public speaking for brand visibility, and public relations for brand positioning and credibility. What is brand awareness, you may ask? Brand awareness refers to the familiarity of consumers with a particular product or service. A brand awareness campaign speaks to familiarize yourself with the public with a new or revised product and differentiate it from the competition. Social media has become an important tool in brand awareness marketing. The main goal of brand awareness is to increase your website traffic. You might be looking to get more eyes on your blog, product pages, or company announcement, but you can't do this if people don't know about your brand or how to find your digital properties. This is where brand awareness comes in. So the reason why brand awareness is so important is because when you put your brand in front of your audience, whether it be through podcasting, public speaking, presentations, or even a press release, you need to make sure that you're making them aware of the things that are most important about your brand so that they perceive exactly what it is that you're attempting to convey in your messaging. There are 4 levels of brand awareness. There's excellency, there's memorable moments, there's slight recognition, and then there's no awareness at all. You definitely want to be at the excellency area. But of course, there is levels, and you start from the beginning and work your way up. The benefits of brand awareness pays off in terms of market share. It helps you improve brand perception. It's crucial in building trust, and it's useful for lead building at the top of the funnel. The benefits of brand awareness also is that it drives traffic to your website. It speeds up and increases sales. You can create better content and products and also spread like wildfire. Something like what a lot of us are doing these days when we're using social media and we're going viral with different things. I shouldn't say I'm not viral, but there are people who are going viral simply from brand awareness through their social media platforms. Why podcasting over other platforms? That is the major P in our PPP strategy. There's global reach. There's scheduled and on-demand content. There's record in one location, and you can be heard anywhere in the world. Radio content also tends to focus more on trending topics and newsworthy events than on evergreen themes. Traditional television isn't always going to replay what you missed. You have some on-demand channels, but not everything. It provides a community. And then podcasts are the future, actually. And not all magazines are digital. And it improves your effective public speaking skills. So in a nutshell, with all these things, podcasting is better because, for one, you get to borrow other people's audiences. They are already there in that place looking for the information that you're going to be talking about. So it's really niched down, and you can actually really gain some new community members of your own and post clients and sell your product and service. That's the main reason why podcasting is better than any other marketing avenue right now in today's digital world. Now, what is brand visibility? Brand visibility is the rate at which your brand is seen by your audience through various marketing channels like social media, search engines, and more. The concept of brand visibility focuses on attracting relevant customers to your brand. Part of the process of building brand awareness is brand visibility. This is especially important today when many of our lives have largely shifted to the digital world. We need to be seen in a lot of places at one time so that we can create this circle in our community. They see me on Facebook and it led them to they see me on a podcast that landed them to my Facebook, that sent them to my website or wherever the place is that you're sending traffic. But that visibility is going to be very, very important. And you want to be in multiple places at the same time, which is why utilizing the entire PPP strategy really does work when you're doing it all together and not just podcast today, public speaking tomorrow, and a press release another day. When you're doing everything together, it really does work and make a difference. How does brand visibility help me? Brand visibility makes you more visible to others in the public, which creates space for more engagement and authentic interactions. Then brand visibility is measured by the surveys and interviews, questions with feedback, things that you're going to ask people that are encountering your brand. So an example that I use, we just did a new product that is a promo tour. And when these new clients come in, we're asking them, how is your experience? What do you not like? What did you like? What can we do better? What do we need to eliminate? Getting all this feedback helps us make our product better. So you can utilize a number of ways to ask information from the people that are encountering your brand, even if they're not actually a customer. If you go into the grocery store and they're giving out free samples, they'll let you try something. They're asking you right then and there, what do you think about that? How does this taste? What is the texture like? Does it leave an aftertaste? It's a lot of different ways that your brand visibility can be measured. How is public speaking different from podcasting interviews? Podcasting isn't at a podium, but rather at a computer. But the same principles as public speaking often does apply. Podcast interviews normally don't have a live audience, but nowadays they can, or interactions with the guests, where public speaking most times does have a live audience. And if they don't, there's still some form of connection or way to engage the speaker. Podcasting is looked at a very similar to traditional radio, whereas you're not expecting to engage with the host or the guest. Whereas with public speaking, they are live on stage or on Zoom, and you do expect to get a feel of connection to the speaker. Now, what is brand positioning? Brand positioning is the space your brand and products hold in the market and in the minds of your customers. Brand positioning strategy is when your brand has been strategically placed in a certain place to succeed by either strategic partnerships, collaborations, or support from other businesses or brands. Positioning defines where your product, item, or service stands in relation to others offering similar products and services in the marketplace, as well as the mind of the consumer. So, a good positioning makes a product unique and makes the users consider using it as a distinct benefit to them. So we focus on brand positioning within how you use press releases and public relations, because if you are constantly utilizing press releases to notify the public and the media on the newsworthy things that are happening in your business, and then you're constantly getting picked up by different media platforms that the public already trusts, you are literally positioning yourself properly, so that you're in the mix of the who's who and the what's happening. If you are in finances and Forbes pick you up to talk about how much your product is helping other businesses with X amount of dollars and things, they're putting yourself right in the mix of the companies that people already know and trust, and it just makes better for your brand. Why is brand positioning important? Brand positioning refers to the unique value that a brand presents to its customer. It is a marketing strategy brands create to establish their brand identity while conveying their value proposition, which is the reason why a customer would prefer their brand over others. So nowadays, a lot of people, they look at social media and they say, oh, this person has worked with this company, this company, this company, or this influencer, and that influencer, or this celebrity and that celebrity, names they know. And they're automatically more connected to that particular brand or business over someone that may not have as many followers and may have no connections to any of those brands. So it's really good to make sure that you're positioned properly and aligned with companies and other businesses and brands that support your mission and your product or service. The three levels of brand positioning are comparative, differentiation, and segmentation. How does brand positioning help? Oops, sorry. Okay, that is right. Brand positioning creates clarity around who you serve. It also explains to your target audience why you are the best company for them and what sets your products or services apart. When referring to public relations, it helps because when you are published or placed on media platforms, they become brand ambassadors and promoters for you by sharing your news, event, product launch, or story. Also, because their audience automatically trusts them, they build trust in you too, and it gives you instant credibility and authority. So, again, going back to that trust factor and that perfect alignment and positioning, they already trust these major media platforms. And if you're on their platform, they know they can trust you too, because there was some type of vetting for you to get there. How to get started. So you can build a list of podcasts that you want to go on, a minimum of 90. I recommend 280 different podcasts. because that allows you to go through one podcast interview a day or 3 a day for 3 months. How do you find those podcasts? You can do a Google search. You can use social media platforms or any other places that you are already currently looking, whether it's a list, a network, a podcast bureau, podcast platforms that allow you to host your podcast there. You can go and find other platforms through there also. You want to create or gather your brand assets, which is a speaker kit and a one sheet. And those are the things that you're going to need right away to get started. Now, this is what you want to have handy before you use the list that you make. You want to have your media kit and or one sheet. I always recommend to also have your bio on a Word document, because when you're filling out forms and applications to pitch or either be a part of these platforms, sometimes it's not going to allow you to just upload a media kit or one sheet. It may actually need the words. So it's very good if you have that handy. A link to a publication that supports your expertise if you have one. That's a publication is a press release that was published somewhere. It's best to use a platform that people know, somewhere that's all over the world. If it was Fox or something like that, it's best to use that. But if you don't have that, you can get that done. It's easy to get a press release done and distribute it. Now, we can't guarantee, that however you do your press release that you're going to be picked up, but at least you'll have one out there on you and you can use that link. And then you also want to have handy a link tree. A link tree or something similar, it could be any company. There, it's going to hold all of your important links and places that people can find information about you in that one spot. And then also, I like to meet people where they are. So some people might be on Instagram, but not on Facebook, maybe on TikTok and not on Pinterest or Tumblr or whatever. So if you have all the different things that you have, at least that gives them an option of where they want to go to connect with you, if not all places. Steps to nurture and use the podcast list that you created. So your first contact, you want to get to know the host and what the show is about, as well as support them on social media. Research to find their websites, their social pages, and make the initial contact personal. After doing that, you want to like, share, and leave authentic comments on their posts for a week or two. Let them know that you're actually interested in their platform. You're watching, you're paying attention, you're checking out the shows. Engage and interact with them. After you've been on at least 30 podcasts, you're ready to start pitching for virtual summits, conferences, and things of that nature. Everything you do with the PPP strategy should be content that you can use on social media and resume building. Physical events may require proof of live and physical events. So if you don't have any of that, you would at least need to get you one so that you can start building up your visuals for that. Look for events and companies that need or hire speakers. Google and reach out to companies that support your speaking topics or business industry or niche. And do one press release per week on news events, product launch, or story. Now, when we say a press release, it's simply that. It doesn't mean that you have to be focused on the news picking you up every single week, but you do want to have a place that is holding all the things that are important to your brand. So doing that press release could be something as simple as creating a blog on your website that acts as a newsroom for you, or a press room where you're putting all your press releases at, and it's holding them there, that people can find and connect. And then distribute the press release everywhere. Share it on social media, share it on press distribution platforms, send it by email to your list, to old customers. Send it out. Let people know that this information is out there. This is what you're doing, and this is how they can be involved or connect with you. When picked up and placed, those published placement links and backlinks should help you start to dominate Google and increase your traffic and authority and social media following more. Now, what is a backlink and how does it work? Backlinks occur when one website links to another website, also referred to as incoming or inbound links. Backlinks make their connection through external websites. These links from outside domains point to pages on your own domain. So these links that you include in your press release are links that connect to different things. And when they actually publish your press release on their site, now people are connecting to the press release, and then they're reading it, and now they're connected to the links within. So that should help you, especially if most of your links are coming from the same site. So an example of that would be if I do a press release about the AIM agency, and I also talk about a book that I have that the AIM agency published. So the payment link to that book to purchase the book is the same is on the same domain as the website. The new product that whatever we're talking about is linked to the website. I might refer back to a specific information page about that product that's on the press release, and that same link would be coming from the domain of the site. So now in that one press release, what's that? 3 different links that is included from my website in the press release to help with that traffic. What is the backlink used for? Backlinks, also known as inbound links, incoming links, or one-way links, are links from one website to a page on another website. Google and other major search engines consider backlinks votes for a specific page. Pages with a high number of backlinks tend to have high organic search engine rankings. Also, sharing your mainstream media wins will increase your engagements and interactions with your followers, which will also help the algorithm on those platforms show you to more people due to engagement and interactions increasing. People love familiarity. Things that they recognize and they know and trust, they like that. So anything that you do with a brand, anything you do, you should promote. But anything you do with a brand or a company that people know, you definitely want to talk about that and showcase that on your platforms, because it's going to get you a lot of likes just because they know that platform. They're familiar. People will like something really quick, even if they don't even leave a comment, because it's easy to do. And it's like, boom, oh, I know that company. Bam, they like that, and they're on to the next thing. Now you're being shown to more people, and it just helps you out overall. If you would like to learn more about the PPP strategies, about what we're doing, you can definitely connect with me at the iconicspeakersnetwork.com. The Iconic Speakers Network is an all-in-one speaker success toolkit to globally expand your brand in as little as 90 days using our PPP strategies without having to hire a publicist or leave your home if you don't want to. The greatest part about that is that everything that we just talked about in the PPP strategies and how to go global, you don't even have to search for the information. Joining the network, it's all right there. The list that we talked about building already created for you and more. We have multiple lists with podcasts, magazines, TV, radio, every leg of media that you can think of that's not even a part of the PPP strategy are also inside the platform for you to use at your discretion to literally build your brand on a global level. The aimforbrands.com is our main website. They've already explained to you what we do at the AIM agency, but in a nutshell, we meet you where you are. We take our clients from idea to brand, brand to business, business to elevation and profits. And we have a consultation. We figure out exactly what you need, and then we work from there to achieve your next level business goal. Please do follow and connect on all social media platforms with myself, Ask Miss Logan. The AIM agency is AIM for Brands. That's the number 4 in brands. And then Iconic Speakers Network. We're on all platforms. And I look forward to connecting with all of you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much, Antoinette, for letting us know what is brand positioning. So
Thank you.
we got a clear about how to brand positioning. Yes, it is very much important. But what exactly is brand positioning?
I missed a little bit of it. I heard you say is it's important, but I missed the rest of what you said. It's in and out a little bit.
So how do you measure brand positioning?
You can measure your brand positioning by how often you're being picked up and placed on media platforms organically. Now, don't get me wrong, you can hire a publicist and pay someone that is going to guarantee you on different platforms. But when you do it organically, where you're not really paying to be placed on something, you'll know if you're really being positioned properly by the organic placements that you get. That's magazines reaching out to you to be on their platform. That's the news platforms reaching out to you for a segment or for a quote or your thoughts on etc. Industry or niche that you're in. That's podcasts reaching out to you to say, hey, we want you on our show. That's WIN reaching out to you to say, hey, we want you to speak on our stage. You know that you're positioning yourself properly when the companies that are where you want to be and surrounding your niche and your competition and people that are in your same industry, you'll know when you are in those same platforms and in the mix of the media on that level that your brand positioning is growing. You won't have to
Oh,
look for opportunities so much. It'll come to you.
wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Very informative speech, Anthony. It's really,
Thank you.
we are honored that you are already been a speaker with us and shared a very great information. It is really unique. So every presentation is very unique. So day one has went very successful, and also day two has also almost completed. Only two speakers left for the day. So and also you really got a good comment. So there is a question from Chessa. So interesting teachings on branding, Antoinette. Any unforgettable client story in terms of results?
Well, we've had a lot over time. I've been in branding a long time. We've had a lot of people that have had a lot of success, but specifically with the PPP strategy, to be honest with you, I like to use myself as the best result because that's actually when I put it in terms of helping someone else use the exact strategy that I was using. I myself had just went through some financial difficulties, and it was very imperative that I figure out how I could get new clients immediately without having to like go through the nurturing stage and building up the trust stage. So in less than 90 days, I spoke on more than 300 platforms, and literally everything that I was needing to do was happening and changing literally right before my eyes. So I knew that this was something that was going to be beneficial to others, and it was simple. There wasn't a lot of extra stuff that I was doing. This was reaching out to these platforms in a DM, in an inbox, on Facebook and Instagram and different platforms, having those four things that we talked about ready one sheet, my publication, my head sheet, and my bio and those things. Having that ready to go and reaching out to them, it was really easy to get on those platforms. And of course, having the time to do it as well.
So I think you got the answer, Chessa. Wonderful question by Chessa. So thank you so much, Antoinette, for the wonderful presentation with us, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And so let's join another session. So let's join the session of Patricia.
Okay, get out. How do I just exit out?